So, getting into our first theme here, selfish pursuits over people. Nick, I wrote that theme title, and I kind of want
hmm
you to maybe either guess or just kind of talk about what you think where I'm kind of going to go with that.
Well, I mean, what I think is both main characters have no, at least initially, have no desire to serve or help the other person. They're both totally, um, totally engaged and focused on their careers and how
That's
they
right.
can make their careers get to where they want to be. So you have Matthew McConaughey's character Ben trying to get the account, get the pitch meeting. He wants to be the one to take over this Delauer account and make the pitch and be in charge of the marketing campaign. And then Andy has her own career things where she's in this for the sole purpose to be able to write what she wants to write. Because if she does a good job and her boss likes what she comes up with, then her boss said she can write what she wants to write. Right. So
That's right.
that's what she's pursuing. So they both have their competing agendas. Right. And it's deeper than just the funny situation of her trying to lose him and him trying to make her fall in love with him. They have their own competing agendas that bring that about. Is that what you're thinking with that?
Yeah, I mean that's pretty spot on. I just, from our perspective, when you have a worldview that maybe not so much on the extreme completely forgets about humanity, even though there are some that do. When you get caught up in your own self, you forget of maybe the consequences of what you're doing, and this sets up kind of this sets up a lot of hypocrisy later in the movie when they both find out of what's going on.
hmm
But what I would say is, from our worldview perspective, there's no loving your neighbor in this. You're completely entering in this engagement with the other person, perceiving your intentions as genuine, and you're only in it to get out of it what you want. What your carrot is, or not, your carrot. Yeah, your job or your promotion or whatever that may be. And that's
hmm
definitely not loving your neighbor as yourself. I think a lot of people would agree with that. And then it's also like, even on a more fundamental level, we're made in the image of God, and we have dignity and purpose, and we have all of that. The Bible's clear on that. And so even deeper than loving your neighbor, you're actually disrespecting something God made and put his image on. His
hmm
his
Yeah.
imprinted himself on that person. And you definitely have to treat others at a higher regard than
Yeah.
what that's what's happening here. But one thing that you said that was
No,
super interesting, Nick. Oh, sorry, go ahead. I don't want to go ahead.
I was just gonna go right along with that. You see that in every character. It's not
You
even
do.
just the two main characters. It's the two girls who pick Andy out of the room to say you have to make her fall in love with you. It's and then when they again we constantly say spoilers are on here when they actually prompt um the other two of Ben's friends to tell Andy that it was all a bet to make it
Right.
all come crashing down. They show a lack of compassion and a lack of viewing anyone else as a human. The boss, and I think this is really cool because for the entire time, Andy's boss is kind of separate from the whole thing and viewing it just as an article. But then you have that scene at the party where Andy's boss accidentally tells Ben about Andy's
Right.
article. And then you see the look on her face like, oh no,
The guilt and the
what just
shame,
happened?
absolutely.
And
Yeah.
and it's hard to tell, is that her putting the pieces together like, "Oh, wait, this is a real guy.
Yeah.
This is somebody who's real, who's gonna be absolutely destroyed by this and hurt by this." Or is that her thinking, "Oh, no, I might have just ruined this article."
Right, it's hard to
Which
tell,
what
you're
do you
right.
think is going on? Yeah.
I think,
So,
um,
um
I think it's both. In my opinion, it's both. I think it's both because she was very much all about the writing, and to your point, her selfishness was really seen at the very end when she says, "All right, Andy, you did it. You can
Mhm.
write about whatever you want." And then and then Andy started like kind of bringing up topics that she wanted to write about: politics, sports. Nope, can't write about those. Nope, can't write about those. You can write about whatever you want as long as it's what I want.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so uh I think more so just I spoiled the article, and I'm the one that let the cat out of the bag.
Mhm.
Less, I think there was a little bit of shame that this is a real guy, but maybe not, maybe not so much, maybe more that she's the one that didn't want to ruin it. So it's still focused on herself.
Mhm.
Um, but it maybe been a come to Jesus moment that, oh, I'm like, he's standing right in front of me. So maybe a little bit of that too. Hey guys, it's Parker from the WatchWell Podcast. If you liked this video, we want to go ahead and have you subscribe right here on this button. If you want to watch the full podcast episode, go ahead and click right here. And if you want to watch another WatchWell clip, go ahead and click right here. And remember, if you're going to watch, watch well. We'll see you in the next one.